Hi, and thank you for tuning in. This is day 8. I'm not very good at getting the body area on camera. Shooting this myself, it's hard. I was going to stand in front of a mirror to try to show it, but the mirror is kind of over there. But you'll see I've discovered a problem. I physically can't live like this for too many years, so I'm going to have to go on to the next procedure, part 2 to this whole thing, as soon as possible. I'm going to see a doctor on Monday to see about referrals to find a specialist to deal with the second procedure that hopefully solves this. But on day 8, you can't really see in the camera. It's showing the mirror very well. It's too dark. Too dark. Okay, I'm just gonna have to try to scope myself. Ugh. The bag. I have one bag left. Whew. That bag. Collecting fluids. Not much left in there actually. I'm rather shocked at how well I'm recovering from this. I guess it's because I'm eating food and fluids. I'm not starving myself like other people continue to do even after they've had it removed. Fluids, lots of fluids. Anyways, that's the bag. And this is the belly. This is the balloon. This is the other 100 pounds is still left to get rid of. Probably more than that, actually. I'll go weigh in on. I go weigh in on Tuesday, I think, or maybe do it on Monday to find out. But the bag on this side is gone. This is how the skin reaction to the tape looks now. Everything just turns to wax that touches it. But the bag got removed today because it had been yanked by accident a few days ago. Got caught on the ironing board. So a certain amount of the tube came out and it was leaking out of my side and it wasn't collecting much fluid anyway. If I'd had my way, I would have asked him to take both out today, but he saw that this one was still collecting fluid, so he left it. It has slowed down tremendously since I got home from the hospital today. Anyways, the problem is here. I have a belly button, but I can't put my pants, I can't do them up. She did such a good job removing all the extra fat where my bikini line would be down the road with the belly button that I can't do up pants there now. I can't put on a pair of jeans and do it up and have them stay on because it won't stay. It'll have to come up here to do up my pants. I'll have to wear a binder or a corset or something to keep it in to do that. But as it stands right now, everything is below that belly button. I feel like a guy with a beer gut. You know, beer belly thing. I mean, I could wear swimsuits all the time or something. Skirts and dresses, pretty much. Not amusing. So she did such a good job where my bikini line will be down the road that I can't do up my pants here. I mean, mind you, the swelling's not finished going down either, right? This is only day 8. But I just wanted to show how it looks. I can't tell people whether or not my videos are going to suggest they should do it, or whether it's worth the discomfort and the bruising and the taping and all that stuff. That's up to them. But this is what mine looks like. Yeah. That's it. If I lose a lot, like if I lose another 18 or so over the next 3 months of the swelling going down and stuff and getting a more of a figure down on my sides and stuff, then it'll have been well worth doing this procedure now rather than waiting for a bariatric procedure to get approved. Because I could have kept on gaining weight and gaining weight and gaining weight and gone up to 350 pounds before getting approved for a bariatric procedure, and that would have made me much sicker and it would have been much worse and much more uncomfortable. So I didn't want to eat my way up or starve, either way you look at it, my way up to 350 and then finally get approved for bariatric procedure. I'd rather have the panty now nip the weight gain in the butt, in the sense that I cannot now gain 350 pounds because the section where all the weight would go to continue to make my stomach region bigger is gone. All that's left now is the intestines, the stomach pouch. Now, I'm not sure if the sleeve procedure or the rather Roux-en-Y procedure is the better procedure to shrink this section here with the actual large pouch. The problem with fat people and obesity, see, I don't know why doctors don't seem to know how to explain this right, but the problem is our stomach pouches, the fat stomach, I call it, the fat stomach is so big that almost nothing fills it. Nothing takes away the feeling of hunger. It's constantly there. And even though we eat normal portion foods that skinny people eat at our weight, it doesn't stop the weight gain and it doesn't fill the hunger. See, the weight gain continues because the food that's being absorbed through the stomach and then through the intestines causes the intestines to collect the calories and the fat and store it because the body thinks it needs it stored for some reason. Sometimes because the starvation mode is so far along in the fat person that the body thinks, oh, well, we're starving to death. We need to store the fat. And then it turns into to weight. It turns into more poundage. And other areas, it's just simply because the intestines need so much food to pass through it in order to do its job properly, to collect the calorie intake and the fat intake that our normal bodies need to run on, that it just puts on the pounds to a person that's already large. A person who's healthy and normal size, their stomach and their intestines do their job. It just goes off like that. There's no problem. With the large people, it just produces a problem which keeps it reoccurring. So I don't know why doctors haven't figured out how to explain it like that, but that's what it is. I am a 300-pound anorexic. I have been an overweight anorexic for years. I starve to death. I am ravenous most of the time. I eat every 2 hours, certain amounts of food. Mostly the stuff I eat is normal serving sizes for a normal healthy person that I should be at my age. You guys, I cannot tell you. The best way I can describe it is this. The size of a fat person's hunger, especially with the more starving you've done. The smaller the portion you eat for divorcing the size of your fat stomach, the big pouch. Your hunger is as big as a football field, but you're still only eating an orange. Get it? It's huge, and it hurts. And then eating is no fun, and it's painful, and it causes hernias. Doctors think, oh, why does this person have a hernia? Is it because they're so overweight? No, it's because of how many years they've been starving to death. So unlike what the public thinks about people overweight eating junk food and giving up on being able to get healthy and lose the weight, it's not just that. It's how much they can't eat because of where all the calories and the fat go. It goes through the big stomach, into the small intestines, it goes into the large intestine, and it collects, and it turns into fat, and it gains poundage onto the body. And then they give up, and they eat the wrong foods, which adds to it even more. So it's really complicated, but the size of a football field while you're eating an orange, it's pretty bad. So these new stomach procedures would save the health system around the world, I don't know, phenomenal amounts of money for all kinds of different health problems. It's saving lives. You're curing anorexia with this stomach surgery. You're giving people their life back instead of having them die from eating disorder. Because fat people are very much anorexic. There's lots of them that, unlike what people think, we don't eat. Because we're so fat, we're afraid to eat, and so we're hungry all the time. And then the body stores everything we eat as fat, and it produces more weight. It's a horrible cycle. And if we do eat till we're full, then it looks like we're binging or pigging out on food because we're starving. So we eat a whole plate of something. Someone says, ew, that looks disgusting. Look at that fat person eat food. Look how much food they're eating. And they're getting the wrong idea. They don't realize how much food we don't eat throughout the week for understanding how hungry we are when we do sit down and eat a plate of food that big. They don't get it. And then, of course, that turns into weight gain, too, because our hormones are imbalanced and our intestines are out of whack as to what to do with the calories and the fat that's going through our system. The body needs a certain amount of nutrition, and in turn, that nutrition turns a certain amount of that stuff into fats and calories, which on a skinny person we burn off normally through exercise, through our day-to-day working lives. But with the overweight person, it just produces more fat. So this stomach procedure actually saves lives. It stops anorexia. I'm not even sure if I could suggest to doctors to try to take this stomach procedure and give it to anorexics to see if it actually forces them to live at a level of food that they can consume and cause them to actually live healthier lives. I know we can do it on fat people. I don't know if they've ever tried it on a skinny person yet. But a stomach the size of a walnut that produces 2 ounces of food every 2 hours is actually something that might save an anorexic's life. On the other side of the scale, a skinny anorexic. See, I don't want to die of anorexia. But I'm also tired of being hungry, and I'm tired of food. I'm tired of my whole world evolving around it. And I know that the new size stomach will save my life, and I'll be jumping through the roof on how much food I can put in there and be satisfied for the first time probably since I'm 15 years old. More than half my life I've been struggling with weight and food. I've been skinny. I've been bulimic. I've been seriously anorexic. I've been obese twice. I've had heart problems. Well, not official, but pains in my chest. Apnea. It's crazy. It just goes. But yeah, so I mean, I know normally a person gets bariatric first, but I looked at how long it takes. Some people can take 5 years to get approved. I didn't have another 5 years to wait. So I said, I'll take what I can get approved for now because I'm tired of the sores. I'm tired of the odor. I'm tired of the 3 showers a day. I'm tired of the hanging skin. I'm tired of not being able to reach myself in certain spots or see what I look like. I'm tired of not being able to shave properly. I'm just tired of it. I'm also tired of being worried about eating full plates of food and how much weight I'm going to gain from those normal portions of food if I left the Panis on there while waiting for a bariatric procedure to get approved. This way, I can eat normal plates of food. I can eat normal serving sizes, and no, I'm not going to go any bigger by what I am now at all because there's nothing left. They took off that area where it grows. So now all I can do is go down from here while still being able to eat food and not feel like I'm, starving to death with a ravenous appetite. It's been insane how much food I've had to eat these last 8 days to recover from this procedure as fast as I have. I have had to wake up in the middle of the night to go eat food and then wait till it digests a bit and then come back to bed. Up at 7 in the morning, eating 1 pancake, big enough to fill the fat stomach, I call it, the fat pouch, to put the hunger aside and then crawl back to bed to go sleep for another hour. The other day I woke up and felt like I was choking on my own food coming out of my nose and stuff, like vomit or choking on vomit. It was very scary. I thought, I can't live like this. I just can't keep it up like this. The small hernia that I have, that I suffer from all the years of starving that I've gone through, is now affected to the point where it doesn't stay closed properly for the food to stay down. Cornflakes gives me heartburn. Heartburn from cornflakes. It's one of the blandest foods on earth. Yet, on the same token, I can eat a BLT and not have a flick of acid coming out of me. I don't get it. Today I had 2 BLTs for breakfast, which I never, ever, 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 ever do. But I'm so bloody hungry that I'm sick of being hungry that I ate 2 sandwiches. Now, for a normal skinny person to eat 2 BLT sandwiches would be considered fine. But for an overweight person of my size, oh, no, 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 you have to watch what you eat. You're eating too much. You have to eat less. Yesterday I had a plate of hash browns. Just the plate of hash browns. My mom says, oh, you shouldn't be eating hash browns. You got to watch what you eat. Everything needs to be healthy. But I'm like, I don't eat hash browns very often. I'm like once every 4 to 6 months. That should be fine, right? But because we're so overweight and we're so big, a plate of hash browns looks like the worst thing in the world that possibly could be eaten for an overweight person to do. But I'm hungry and I'm tired of starving. So I ate the plate of hash browns and got full for 5 minutes. But then I got upset because of how much food I had to put in me to fill that fat stomach, knowing that all it does before the surgery, before this Panis was removed, just turned to fat and causing me to gain more weight. It's crazy. But now that the Panis is gone, I can eat those portions of food and not worry that it's going to attack itself to my Panis and cause my Panis to grow or my butt to grow and stuff. It's not. Now I'm pretty much going to stay right where I'm at. And the only thing I can do from here is wait for a bariatric procedure to be approved and get thinner from here. So I'm going to go see a doctor on Monday and see if I can start the process for that. I mean, 5 years is a long time. 1 year is a long time. If I could be in 6 months on a table where laparoscopic procedures being done to get rid of this huge, this insane circle, this baby belly, this beer gut, I'd be very happy. So yeah, it should be interesting. Hopefully, come this time next year, I'll be skinnier than I've ever been in my entire life, and also be the healthiest and happiest I've ever been since I was, 18, 176 pounds before kids, before marriage, before my hips blew out because of getting pregnant and, body maturing. But, yeah, so that's my ramble for day 8. I hope people learn from this. Even the doctors don't know. The ones that have never been overweight, the ones that are not fat, they don't understand. They think they know, and some of what they say is correct, but a lot of what they say is not right because they've never been overweight, so they don't know. From the studies that they've learned about what the bariatric procedures do to the stomach and what the intestines do for normal eating, you think they would have had enough ability to figure out what the problem is for overweight people. But if they give these procedures to people mandatorily now who fit the BMI factor, it would reduce the worldwide health bills all over the place, giving life back to people and also reducing the amount of food we consume and how much waste there is going out from our bodies and around the world, period. So it's the double waste. But yeah, so I did this backwards, I know, but I did not know as much as I do now as I did when I started this procedure, started the process to get approved for the panicolectomy 7 months ago. I was also a lot lighter. When I had just had my second baby, I was 210, 220, and looked pretty good. And so a panicolectomy would have probably taken me down to 180, and I might have been forced to live with the fat stomach. But after I had the baby, because of how much of a starvation mode I had been in for the previous 2 years of my life already, the weight just kept coming back on because I had to eat. I had to eat in order to make breast milk, and I just had to eat in order to stay alive. So I ate sandwiches, I ate bread, flours, and things, normal foods that would fill the hole, but it also, is fat-producing foods. Even though it's not unhealthy, egg sandwiches, tuna sandwiches, but when you think about how much sandwiches you're eating, you got to look at what the carbs from the breads do. So, yeah, the pounds came back. Then the next thing I know, I'm standing on a scale and the doctor does this conversion and he says, you weigh 290 pounds, and my jaw dropped. What? How could I have gained, 60, 70 pounds from the time I had the baby to now? But I did. And he goes, so what, having this procedure will help you get rid of 10 pounds? It got rid of 12, by the way. She did such a good job that now I have no extra loose sagging skin to work with for pants. So I don't know how I'm going to dress. Anyways, yeah, she did it. 12 pounds. So technically that would take me down to 278 pounds. I'm still fit the BMI quota for somebody eligible for bariatric procedure, but not just that. My health reasons, the problems with my stomach, the hernia, the acids, the inability to be able to eat comfortably, inability to be able to eat healthy portion amounts, and still lose weight is impossible. So, I mean, just all of that adds up to still being able to have it. But I can eat food now, not worry about gaining weight to become 350 pounds while waiting for the bariatric procedure. So doing it this way has actually helped temporarily solve a weight gain problem down the road in another area. I can eat food and not die of anorexia before getting the bariatric procedure given to me. But yeah, no, fat people can definitely have the disease, and a lot of the times they do, more often than you know. You are so hungry, your stomach hurts so much that you beg and plead for a solution, and then when you get told, hey, I can give you an operation that gives you a stomach the size of a walnut, you're jumping through the roof going, praise God for the new stomach. But also waiting a year, 2 years, 5 years is a long time to put somebody through staying that fat for. So I'm hoping that having taken the information in these last 7 months and having made the judgment call to take what I was approved for first and the health reasons behind it will pay off in the end, because it's still a good surgery. She did a great job. And if the bariatric procedure gets done and this balloon goes down, then my body should just automatically slender in to fit to the surgery she's done on my body already. And I shouldn't have to go for a touch up later because it should leave just enough excess skin to be able to wear some clothes down there after it's all done. So, yeah, I guess my ramble's been kind of longer than I had thought. But I had a lot to say because I've been watching lots of videos and listening to lots of doctors. And I thought, oh, I need to answer back so people can come and watch and listen from a person that knows what they're talking about because they're living in it and living with it. So, yeah, I would have been a really good doctor. I wonder if I can go and sit the medical exam and challenge it somewhere so I could get my white coat. My forte is psychiatry and psychology, but yeah, I'm guessing I should have gone into medicine. But anyways, that's my rant for the day. I can't do up my pants. Enough said. So we'll see what happens. I'm not obsessed with posting these things every single day, but I do put up enough to keep people busy with stuff to watch. So I might not come back and post another video till after a doctor's appointment. But there's two doctors. There's a family doctor to get the referral for the bariatric, and then there's the post-op appointment. I haven't had one yet with the surgeon. These tubes could both possibly be out by the time I see my surgeon. But there you guys go. I hope it's informative, and I hope you guys come back. Keep tuning in for the days down the road. This isn't over yet, right? One day at a time. I'm going to go take some Tylenol and slowly find a way to lie on my back because this left one really hurts where the skin wants to close over on my hip. And it's hurting to lie down. So I'm going to go take one of my last Tylenols and drink my iced tea, my fluids, plenty of fluids, and go back to what I was working on. Okay, so this is it. Me, Superwoman, signing out. Peace.